beginning, and we are here to talk more about your brackets in this one. Alexis, we're going to start with you and how you've picked your bracket and how things are going. We're just going to see who you've got going all the way in this one. Just a reminder, so you've got Spain against the Netherlands in the quarters on one side, Japan against the USA, but you think it is going to be the USA knocked out at that stage, taking Spain and Japan to a semi-final. And why did you come up with that decision, Alexis?
Well, okay, I mean, we've talked about how Spain has just been so impressive as well. Yes, they had that upset, but it was against a very, very good team in Japan too. And that's why Japan just looks so impressive as well. I really cannot choose against them. I do have the USA getting by Sweden in their round of 16 game, but I know I'm kind of living on a prayer in that one, and rightfully so, because as we were recording this earlier on, probably about 15 minutes ago, Megan Rapinoe just walked past us. So thank goodness she walked past before she heard that prediction of mine. But I do pick Japan to knock out the USA. They just look so good. But then going up against Spain, I'm going to go with La Roja in this one, because I think they definitely have more than enough to make it to the final.
Yeah, be careful, Alexis. She won't be giving you any more interviews in the mix zone if she'd have heard that one. Meanwhile, in the other semi-final, you've got France against England, and you've got England knocking out Jamaica in the quarters.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I understand it's quite ambitious to hope that Jamaica will even beat Colombia, because Colombia just looks so good in attack, and obviously the Reggae Girls haven't really had or played as good in attack, and they've not needed to so far, because we know what the game plan was in the group stages, but they're going to have to raise the attack in these knockout rounds. I still hope that they'll get past Colombia, but going up against England, that's where I have to draw the line. I mean, my heart will always say Jamaica, but my head is definitely saying the Lionesses, because I do have the Lionesses making it all the way to the final, meeting France in the semis, and tell Julien to cover his ears, because I do have the Lionesses getting the better of the French, unlike what the men did in the Men's World Cup, and meeting Spain in the final. So Spain-England for all that glory.
Why are England going to win it all then, Alexis?
Look, hey, we've just seen in the last year just a phenomenal rise under Sarina Wiegman. I mean, we saw the Euros, exactly what England are capable of as well, in front of some of the biggest opposition in the world. We did have questions about England coming into this one because of the injuries that they suffered. You know, they didn't have the likes of Beth Mead, and everyone was wondering where are all these big goals going to come from. Alessia Russo didn't fire in the first game, but also this phenomenal rise that we're seeing of Lauren James. I just cannot choose against her, and I just cannot choose against England. They seem to be peaking at the right time, and I expect them to go from strength to strength and probably once again just get the better of Spain in the final, because Spain right now, we are still wondering if they're going to get 100% fully fit Alexia Putellas, which is fine after such a horrendous injury. You know, she's allowed to take her time to get back to the Alexia Putellas that we know and love. But this England team seems more settled. We want to talk about all the players on the pitch, but Sarina Wiegman, I mean, her influence has just been phenomenal. So England to win it for me.
I would hazard a guess it's not going to be the same winner for Julien Laurent. I've already been on a digital shift with him this week, and he was being a real England hater. It has to be said. No. Jules, talk us through your bracket.
That's not true. That's not true about England. So yeah, this is my bracket. A little bit different for some. To Alexis starting with Sweden. I think they're going to beat the USA like they did in the Olympics. I've really liked what I saw from Sweden so far, especially on set pieces, and I don't really like at all what I've seen from the USA. So I went for Sweden against Japan, who are going to beat Norway, Spain, of course, and the Netherlands. I think are heavily favourite in their two last 16 rounds. Then the Spain v Netherlands is going to be really a good game, and I went for Spain and Sweden winning the other quarterfinal. And then for the other side of the draw, Australia, I think, would be too strong for Denmark, especially at home. France against Morocco. France will go through. England against Nigeria. And had I known that Alexis was going to be on the show, I would have put Jamaica through, but I still think that Colombia are a little bit too strong. I don't want Alexis to not like me anymore. And then Australia-France in Brisbane, which could be very special. I think France would have enough maybe to beat the Matildas. And England, again, would be too strong for the Cafeteras. So I would have an England-France semi-final.
So who wins it, Jules?
I mean, come on, like we did in the Men's World Cup in Qatar, you know. Spain will beat Sweden and France will beat England, of course, like for the men's one. And then a Spain-France final will be very special. There's a lot of history between the two countries in every sport, really. And I think France it could be their tournament, let's put it that way.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.